Good morning everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm currently just putting on a little bit of cuticle oil on my nails because I have finally managed to get them sorted. You would have seen it recently that I ended up breaking a nail when I was gardening. You can probably see which one it was because it's so much shorter than the rest now, but I've literally been living with a broken nail for about 4 or 5 days now, and it feels so nice to finally have gotten my nails sorted. Of course, I have gone for my absolute favorites. This is a C&D color, and it's actually a bit of a bespoke color that my nail ladies make for me. Like literally, I walk into the salon, they're like, "We've got it ready for you, Ellie." So it's 2 layers of grapefruit and then a top layer of negligee, and then obviously we use the base coat and the top coat on top of that. So yeah, I absolutely love it. It's like the perfect, like really lovely, just really light summery color. It's like a little bit translucent, which is what I really like. And actually grapefruit has a bit of a sparkle to it, so when your nails are in the sunshine, oh my goodness me, they just light up. It's not like glitter, but it is like a sparkly, lovely sheen. They just look very pearlescent. So I'm making sure to look after them because I do not want my nails breaking again. So I'm currently using, this is the Sally Hansen Vitamin E Nail and Cuticle Oil, and I just picked this up from Amazon. And actually, as this video goes live, I believe we will be in the middle of Amazon Prime Day, which is really exciting. If you don't know what Amazon Prime Day is, it's kind of like their version of Black Friday, but in the summertime, which is absolutely amazing. I feel like summer, we don't get as many like amazing deals and discounts, so it's really exciting that Amazon do their Prime Day. So it's a 2-day event, so we should be halfway through by this point, I believe, if I've got my YouTube schedule correct. So it's on the 11th and 12th of July, and it's basically 2 days of amazing deals, amazing discounts, and some seriously great savings. So I always like to kind of like make a list of some things that I want to be shopping at during the Prime Day deals, because you want to make the most out of those savings. So I would definitely recommend adding this to your list, the Sally Hansen Vitamin E Nail and Cuticle Oil. I will leave it linked down below. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like some of the brands that they stock on Amazon, you'd be so surprised at. I feel like it's taken me a long time to really kind of like nail my Amazon shopping. Obviously Amazon is quite an overwhelming place, which is why particularly when it comes to like Black Friday, around Christmas time, I always try and like help you guys out as much as possible. So I might actually create a few edits. I'll leave them linked down below of some amazing things to look out for in the Prime Day deals and what you can shop, and a few brands that you can have a look at on Amazon. So like Sally Hansen, loads of the makeup brands that I absolutely love that you'll be so surprised at some of the products. Like for example, you can shop the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. There's a hair on that. Do apologise. You can shop the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base on Amazon, which is just absolutely insane. So you can shop loads of brands like Bobbi Brown, NARS, Estee Lauder, like so many stunning makeup brands. So yeah, I will leave my edits linked down below. And I feel like as I'm looking at myself in the camera, I am looking very tanned at the moment. Now I know I mentioned that I have been tanning naturally, purely just from being out in the garden. Like you can always tell when I've got a natural tan on when I have my freckles out, but actually I decided I want to kind of like enhance that natural tan a little bit. And I kind of stopped fake tanning for the main purpose with how much I'm swimming at the moment. You guys know I'm going to the club like at least 3-4 times a week at the moment, and because of the chlorine, it is completely stripping me of all of my fake tan. So it means I'm having to like scrub, fake tan, and do all of that jazz so much more. And I'm really not the kind of person that likes doing it like pretty much every single evening. So I was like, I need an alternative, something that's a bit more natural and that I can kind of like apply more regularly without the kind of like faff and effort of like a full fake tan. So I've actually been using the Tan Luxe Gradual Tan, and again, I bought this off Amazon. Honestly, I did not even do this deliberately. But yeah, I picked this up from Amazon the other day and it has been amazing. It just gives me this really lovely natural kind of like illumination to my skin. It's not making me like orange or like really dark and bronze. I can't remember if this has a different color. It's like a medium or a light. I think it's just the one color, but it says it's an illuminating gradual tan lotion. The way that it describes the application is you apply to your skin in circular motion from head to toe, wash hands after use. It is a unique oil and lotion hybrid to smooth and condition the skin while delivering a super natural glow. And I would definitely say that that is exactly what it is. So it's not the kind of thing that you need to wash out. You need to like be really, really strict with your maintenance of kind of like scrubbing. I mean, I exfoliate my skin fairly regularly anyway. I'd say maybe like once or twice a week. Just give your skin a little exfoliation and then use this as you would your normal moisturizer. And I am loving it. It smells incredible as well. Like it's a really lovely, oh, such a lovely smell. It's really hard to describe. It's like quite sweet, almost like a bit vanilla-y. I'm not entirely sure what flavour they were going for, but it is absolutely delicious, and it doesn't smell like I've got fake tan on, because I don't know about anyone else, but I really, especially in summer, you know, when you get sweaty and you can just like smell your fake tan. Hate it. So I feel like this has kind of revolutionized my tanning routine at the moment, so I will leave it linked down below. I might have a little look at what other Tan Luxe products are on Amazon, because I've had some really, really amazing brands, so I think it might be worth discovering what other products they have. So yeah, I will leave that linked down below as well. As you can see, I've got a little bit of a half up, half down do with my hair today. It's still quite warm and sticky, so it's so nice just having it off my face, and I need to get myself dressed in a minute and ready for the day. Before I do that, actually though, I want to give myself a little bit of a pedicure, because obviously I go and get my nails done at the salon, but I don't do that with my toes. I personally would just rather do my toes at home. I have really, really tickly feet, so I don't like getting pedicures done at a salon. So I'm going to give myself a little pedicure. I'm just going to wipe off what I've got on at the moment and just give myself a little top up. And I really, really love these Sally Hansen nail polishes, which I think, again, are available on Amazon now that I think about it. Yeah, they are. I will leave these linked down below, but I really, really love them. They are the Insta Dry, and they are so, so fab, particularly on my toenails. I feel like they last such a long time, and I really love just like a lovely pinky tone. So I'm not sure what colour to go for. Unfortunately, this is going live obviously after I have painted them, so let me know if I've gone for the right choice afterwards. But we have number 263 Racing Rose, which is this really lovely, very, very light pink. I think it's a really, really nice one. It's almost quite similar to actually what I've got on my nails. I quite like the look of that. We've then got a bit of a darker pink, which I don't know if this is maybe a little bit more like autumnal. This is Mauve 213. It's a really nice, again, kind of pinky. Yeah, it's definitely like more of a mauvey pink, which I think looks really, really nice. And then lastly, we've got the lightest pink I've ever seen. It is called Inner Blush 239. This is like a very, very, almost like whitey pink, which looking at I think might be a bit too light. I think I'm going to go with the mid pink. I think that one will look really, really nice on my toes for the rest of summer. So I'm going to give myself a little pedicure. I'm going to stick a podcast on. I mean, it only takes me about 15-20 minutes to do my toes. I feel like I never do anything too fancy. Just give them a little bit of a file. I'm going to use the cuticle oil as well, just to make sure that they are nice and healthy. And then give myself a little polish top up. Won't get too close because we're not giving away free feet pics here, but cute. Love the colour. I think it works really, really well. It's just such a pretty summery pink. Dressed and ready for the day, and seeing as though we were chatting so much about Amazon, I thought I would put on my favourite Amazon fashion dress to wear today. This is one of those dresses that is just so timeless, so classic, and has been in my wardrobe for about 3 years now, and I love the fact that you can still shop it. They have so many different colours in this. I own it in both the white and like a creamy kind of beigey colour. It's like a really, really lovely kind of taupe almost, and they have so many other colours. They've got like reds, pinks, they've also got whites with like little daisies on it. I'm really, really debating whether to pick it up in the gorgeous sage green colour, although online they do lie about the greens, and it does annoy me a little bit because they have two greens online. One's called pistachio and one's called army green. Now one's called sage green and one's called army green, and the sage green is actually more of a pistachio colour and the army green is much more of a sage colour. I would say it looks like you'd think army green would be more like khaki. It's definitely not. It's like a gorgeous sage green, so I think I might pick that one up as well, because I feel like I can get a lot of use out of that throughout the summer months as well, because I've already gotten so much use out of these dresses. I've owned them for like 3 years, and every single summer they come out of my wardrobe and I always get so many compliments on them. And whenever I tell people that they're Amazon fashion, no one ever believes me, because they look so expensive, they look so elevated, and yet they are so super affordable. So I will leave these dresses linked down below. I think you'd be surprised as well at how many gorgeous dresses you can pick up somewhere like Amazon. Like Cupshe is actually a brand that they stock, so all of my Cupshe dresses that I featured in my video recently, I will leave that linked down below. You'll be able to shop those dresses on Amazon as well, which is so handy to be able to get them like Prime, next day delivery, and things like that. And I just started the dress up with another brand that you would not believe is on Amazon, June. June London is on Amazon Fashion, which is so handy, because if you want to pick up the iconic slides, you can shop them on Amazon, which is so amazing. And I love how the white pairs with the white of the dress. It's like quite bridal, actually. I feel very regal and bridal and ethereal. It's so beautiful. It's just one of my favorite dresses to wear throughout summer. So yeah, we'll leave some more Amazon fashion pieces linked down below for you guys to shop. But this is my outfit of the day and I am in love. So one of my tasks that I have been wanting to do today, which I feel like now is the perfect opportunity for, is plant up my new herb. Now I think I mentioned that Alex really wanted me to get some parsley because he was doing some homemade butter recently and we didn't have any parsley, so we had to use my basil for it, and he said that parsley would have been so much better. So I promised him that I would add parsley to the herb garden, and I want to do a little bit of a reconfigure of this area. I think it's time to say goodbye to the dried flowers. I feel like they're just not very me anymore. I mean, I loved them at first, but now the more I look at this kind of like hydrangea, the more artificial it looks, and I just feel like I'm a little bit over this setup, and I just love the greenery. I want it to just look as green as possible. So my plan is actually to repot my mint into this one, because I feel like the mint really needs a bit of room to grow. Mint is obviously a little bit more, what's the word? Grows very quickly. Everyone knows how much it can take over if you let it. And I feel like as soon as I repotted my basil into this one, it just blossomed. Like, I absolutely loved it. So I think the mint will do really well in a bigger pot, and then I can replace that one with the parsley that I bought. And this pot actually is another Amazon purchase. I bought this off Amazon back in January and I've just loved it ever since. I always get so many compliments on it. It's great if you just want like a little herb garden. It's such a good place to start. Like, I really do feel like this is kind of what sparked my joy for gardening and really got me into it. And I love the fact that it's got a tray underneath. The one thing I will say is that you do need to like drill holes in the bottom of them, so I just got Alex to do that just to make sure that they've got good amount of drainage, and they're so perfect just for little herbs. So I've got my rosemary there, I've got chives, and then we can add the parsley in as well. In case you're wondering what this is, by the way, Alex recently was given a chili plant, so he's added it to the herb garden. It is not the aesthetic at all, but we all know what you're like when you've got a partner who wants to contribute to interiors. Can't say no. I feel too mean not letting him have it on here, because he keeps saying that it goes with it because they're all herbs, and I'm like, look at the aesthetic, babe, it does not go. But yeah, so I'm gonna have like mixed matching pots, but I think I'm happy with that. I don't think I don't want it to be too uniform. I don't want it to be too linear. I just want it to look really wild and natural. So yeah, I'm gonna pot up my parsley, do a little bit of a rejig with my herbs, and I can do that in my Amazon fashion dress. The amount of times that I've gardened in this dress because it's so affordable. I feel like I'm not worried about it. Like, I'm not worried about getting soil on it and mud on it or anything like that, but these dresses wash so well. I can't tell you the amount of times I've actually dropped things on here, like coffee stains, things like that, like any kind of like sauces. A little spray of Vanish, chuck it in the washing machine, and they are good as new. And these dresses you don't actually have to iron either, which I love, because it means that I can just throw it in the wash and not have to worry about it, and they still look as good as new. So I'm going to do a little bit of potting.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know if will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. Say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling down. Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground. And I really wanna know
how good that looks. This is just the epitome of a kitchen garden, a little herb garden right on my windowsill. I just absolutely love it. I need to fix this this curtain up here, I think, because we've been opening this window so much, it's been kind of like coming in on itself, but I need to get a little step ladder out for that because I am not tall enough. It's so funny actually, I'm not even tall enough to reach the window, so every time we need to open it I have to either climb on the kitchen surface or stand on a footstool in order to reach it. But yeah, really happy with how it looks. I feel like the mint is just going to love life in its own little pot. I feel like it's going to really have the opportunity to grow, and as you know, I use the mint more than anything else actually. I think it's just because I am so just loving doing like mocktails and like jugs of drinks and stuff whenever people come over, so it's really nice to put like sprigs of mint in there. I usually like cut up some lemons, some limes, and then put some mint in, and everyone really loves it. I've literally just put it on a little plate. This is actually a plate that I ended up getting from Pandora ages ago. It's when they first released their Brilliance collection, and they sent me a little press release, and so I'm just using that to put it on. I don't really think I need like a full-on proper pots tray thing, because that's what I've just done with this one. I've used an old plate, and as you can see, the water does collect underneath, and it just means that it gives it a lot more drainage, and then it can drink like from underneath, which I know is actually really good for the plants. Sometimes what I do with this as well, if they are looking a little bit dry, I'll actually just pour water straight into the tray, and then it means that the plants can drink from the roots, and it's supposed to be really good for them. So yeah, loving how the parsley is looking in this one. I'm hoping that it's going to do really well, and Alex is going to be so happy that I have planted his requested herb, and he's going to get lots of use out of it. I'm just going to have to be careful that it doesn't kind of go over to the rosemary too much, because it's quite nice to make sure that they are very separate and that they have their own little things. But yeah, it doesn't have to be herbs that you plant in this planter. A friend of mine actually bought this and planted just some really pretty little flowers. I think she planted some lavender and some salvia, and it looks really cute. So it's just a lovely way of getting into gardening if you don't have a garden, you just want something like on a windowsill, whether it's because you live in a flat, you know, you don't have a balcony or anything like that. It's a really nice way to get into it. So yeah, really happy with how that's looking, and I made a little bit of a mess as I was doing that, but I just used this to give it a little sweep up. And again, this is from Amazon. It's this really handy nifty device. I haven't shown you it in ages actually, because it's one of those things that I just use every day, but I don't really necessarily think to vlog it. But it's this little dustpan and brush, and it's specifically designed for surfaces, and it's metallic, so it just kind of sticks together in here, and then it just means that you can give everything a quick brush. So whether you've made a mess from like crumbs, making sandwiches or lunch or something, or you've done a little bit of kitchen gardening and you've got soil everywhere, it has been an amazing investment from Amazon. And it's so aesthetic as well. You guys know we really like our aesthetic kitchen utensils, so like this was from Amazon as well, and it just looks so much nicer on our sink. So yeah, really happy with how that is looking. I think it's really made a difference taking away the dried flowers and just keeping it really green and really natural. Obviously the chili pot is upsetting me, but the things we do for love. Despite the fact that it's a bit of a grey day today, this is giving me a bit of an itch to get out into the garden. I feel like I need to do just a little bit of like flower maintenance, and just give things a little bit of a tidy up. So I'm going to grab my gardening bag, which is another Amazon purchase. Honestly, I swear I haven't even planned this. I just keep picking things up and remembering, oh my goodness, that was another Amazon purchase. That was another Amazon purchase. And this, I would say, is an amazing gift if you're going to give it to someone who's maybe first getting into gardening. It's like a great introduction. I bought this back in January, and I've used it so much, and my mum actually fell in love with this when she came round and helped me with some gardening, so we ended up buying one for her for Mother's Day, I think it was, and she loves it. And it comes with literally everything you need with gardening. So it's the bag itself, and then it comes with these wooden ones, so like not the green ones, the wooden ones are all included. It has like shears, it's got all of the utensils that you need, like the trowels and things like that, and then it also has a knee cushion, which has saved my life when it comes to gardening, because obviously, you know, I've got a bad knee, so I have to be really careful whenever I'm kneeling down. So it's really nice to have that, and it's a really pretty one as well. It doesn't come with these scissors, but I actually bought these separately. These are flower scissors, and I definitely recommend getting them if you are into, even if it's not like gardening flowering, but just like flower arranging and like bouquets and things like that in your home, because it's so much better for the flowers, and it just means that they last so much longer. Actually, you would have seen that I still have these flowers over here. These I got for my birthday from G&G. They were the gorgeous peony bouquet that I got from them, and I cannot let flowers go to waste, like ever. So if there ever are alive flowers in a bunch and like a bouquet, I will always take them out and create like little posy vases, and I'll just keep cutting them down smaller and smaller and making them last. But these have lasted so well. I think a few of you said that these were chrysanthemums. chrysanthemums, I believe, which are so pretty. We've got some lovely little like dried out purple flowers, and these have lasted so well. So yeah, I would definitely recommend buying those flower scissors, because ever since I have bought them, I have literally found that my flowers last so much longer. So I will leave these linked down below as well. And I love the fact that they're pink because they don't get lost. Whenever I'm gardening, the amount of times I put things down, like this green one here, I put it down so many times and I lose it in the grass. So I would always recommend going for something a little bit more like colourful, like pink, or obviously these like more natural wooden tones don't get lost. So yeah, I think I'm gonna head out into the garden just for maybe an hour or so, because it's not the sunniest, it's not the brightest, but a little bit of cloudy gardening is on the agenda.
From cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground. And I really wanna know, if I'll ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, yeah. The sky is falling down.
One thing that I absolutely adore about my hydrangea plant is, if you don't know, hydrangeas are actually a universal indicator. So depending on what kind of like acidity level your soil is will depend on what colour the hydrangea turns out to be. So the more red your hydrangea is, the more acidic your soil is, the more purple it is, the more alkaline your soil is. So if you end up planting a hydrangea and it goes green, it means your soil is neutral. So you can buy feed depending on what kind of colour you want it to be. But as you can see, I have a very pink hydrangea, which means my soil is quite acidic. However, on this corner here, I don't think the camera is picking it up as well. It's purple. There, I feel like you can see it a bit better. Look at that colour difference. So I have acidic soil over on this side of the hydrangea bush, but this little corner here seems to be quite alkaline, which is so interesting. I mean, look how almost blue these flowers are. It's absolutely incredible that the same soil planted in the same border can have two different pH levels. It just fascinates me. Oh, how I wish smell-o-vision was a thing right now, because these sweet peas are just the most fragrant thing ever. I am loving bringing them in pretty much daily at the moment and just filling the kitchen with the most incredible scent. Oh my goodness me. Well, looking a little bit disheveled from an afternoon in the garden, despite the fact that it's not actually glorious sunshine. It is still very like sticky and muggy today. So I've just come upstairs because I kind of can't believe that I've not actually shown you this yet, because this is something that we bought a couple of weeks ago and has literally changed our lives. Like, I know that sounds so dramatic, but we talk about this a lot. Any UK creator, particularly in summer, will explain that we do not have air conditioning in our household. So whenever summer rolls around, it becomes so unbearable, particularly to sleep. So Alex and I finally took the plunge. He did his research and he was kind of put in charge of the entire project, and we finally picked ourselves up an air conditioning unit, and I cannot even tell you what a difference it has made in terms of sleeping, in terms of how bearable it is at night, and just getting like a full night's sleep during summer. I feel like a lot of UK people can probably relate to this. You wake up so much because you're just so sweaty, and I know that's so gross. And we actually end up, I don't know if you can see, we take the duvet out from inside the sheet. In the UK we use duvet covers here, and we actually end up taking the duvet out from inside the sheet, and we literally just sleep with a sheet. So we sleep with a sheet and then just like a little blanket if ever I start to get a little bit chilly, because I run a lot colder than Alex does. Like, I get cold so much easier than he does. So yeah, we literally take the duvet out, and even then, even with just a sheet, You are just so unbearably hot. So we decided that we would this year finally invest in an air conditioning unit, just a portable one. It's not like a built-in one. And oh my goodness me, this little Amazon number has literally changed our lives. And it was actually more affordable than I thought an air conditioning unit would be. And I have a feeling that during the Prime Day deals that they are going to be discounting their air conditioning units by quite a lot. So I will link the one that we picked up down below. I will ask Alex for the link because he is the one that chose it. And let me show you like just how tiny it is. So it's literally just in this corner. It sits like this. It's no bigger than I'd say like the Dyson air purifier. It's no bigger than like a fan, and it is amazing. In terms of noise, it's not too loud. Like I would say it is, like you can hear it, but it doesn't stop me from sleeping. And I am such a light sleeper. Like I hate loud fans. I hate loud noise when I'm going to sleep. But this is not too loud at all. You need to let it sit for about 24 hours when it first arrives, just for like the coolant to set. And then after that, it is smooth sailing. And honestly, I can't even tell you how amazing it is. It's got lots of different like settings. We haven't actually taken this off yet. I should probably take that off. But it's got all the different settings. And we literally just set it to about 18 degrees. And oh my word, I can't tell you how nice it is to go to sleep in a cool, lovely room in the summer. Like we've literally been coming upstairs sometimes and just turning this on in the middle of the day and just sitting in here. It kind of makes a big difference that we've got the TV like at night if I'm getting too hot, and particularly with my heat rash. I know I've spoken about this quite a lot, but I get really, really bad heat rash during the summer. And when you're hot and sweaty, it makes it 10,000 times worse. So sometimes on an evening, if I've like noticed that my heat rash has started kind of bubbling up a little bit, I'll say to Alex, can we just go upstairs and watch some TV in bed, because I just need to be in like a cool room. Otherwise I end up having to literally put like wet towels on my chest. I'm going to insert a photo here of how bad my heat rash was the other day, because it's one of those where I feel like you never can quite understand how bad it is until you like see it in person. Like it does literally look like an allergic reaction. It looks like hives. I'm the epitome of, what's it in She's the Man, where she's like, excuse me, I can't be skins because I'm allergic to the sun. I am literally allergic to the sun, which is so ironic. So actually it was quite nice to be able to get a bit of gardening done this afternoon without it being blazing sunshine. I could just enjoy the like lovely warm weather without the sun baking down on me and having the worry of getting heat rash again. So I didn't really consider that when I was out this afternoon. I was waiting for the sun to come out, but maybe it's a good thing that I didn't. But anyway, back to the air conditioning unit. It's amazing. Would definitely recommend. I will leave a link to this one and a few others that Alex considered getting down below, and hopefully there will be some amazing discounts on them, because as a UK girl, I can tell you it has been life-changing in our very old 100-year-old UK household. I would definitely recommend having a look. But yeah, I think I'm going to get my makeup off, get myself into comfies, because it is quite late now, and I think Alex and I are just going to have a lovely, chilled, relaxing evening. I'm going to go down, make some dinner, and I will catch you guys in the morning. Good morning, everyone. I feel like my hair is going really flat today. I have been up bright and early this morning and have freshly washed hair, and I feel like it's just gone a little bit like I was at the gym this morning, and I have actually started getting back into my weight training. I did my first weight session for literally about a year. I used to do weights quite regularly once a week when I had my PT about this time last year, I think it must have been. And if you know, recently whenever I've been going to the club, whenever I've been going to the gym, it's always been like for a swim, either a cycle class or like some kind of cardio. And I really wanted to get back into my weight training. So I did a session this morning, and I actually quite enjoyed it. I mean, I have literally gone back to square one in terms of weights. It was quite funny. I went with Alex this morning, and we were literally that couple, like, you know, the memes and the reels where people are like, when you go to the gym with your boyfriend and you've just put on loads of weights for him, and then every time it's your turn you have to take them all off. Like, that was literally me. Like, I couldn't even do more than just the bar for a lot of my squats. Obviously I do need to be careful with regards to my knee as well. Like, I can't weight bear it too much, but I felt like within a couple of weeks I could definitely get back into kind of like the weights that I was doing this time last year, and I really enjoyed my session. But I've washed my hair this morning, and I feel like it's just gone like really soft and flat, which, I mean, I love soft hair, but if I'm playing with it a lot, I do apologize. But I have had a very exciting delivery. I've got a couple a couple of boxes here that I have been unboxing this morning and getting out ready because I decided to place a bit of an Amazon beauty order. I know I was talking the other day about Amazon beauty and just how many like brands and things that they have stock on there. Obviously I have been loving my Tan Luxe Gradual Tan. It's been so fab. I've had so many compliments on my tan recently and I'm really happy with how it is looking, and I thought I wanted to do a little bit of a top up, so I thought I would show you what I have been picking up. There's a massive amalgamation of things here, of brands, products, things that I am using. Now the first thing I thought I would show you, I brought a top up of these. Now these are literally essential for summer. They're the Magic Cool sprays. Now I've used this one quite a lot and I know I've shown it to you when I was getting my heat rash back at the start of like kind of June time, when I feel like my body wasn't quite used to the sun and used to the heat. And this is a prickly heat spray and it basically treats prickly heat. And I also saw as like a recommended underneath it, this one, it is a sunburn spray. It is an easy spray, steroid free, instant powerful sunburnt skin treatment. It rapidly reduces skin temperature, stops pain, itching and reduces inflammation, suitable for all ages. So I bought that as well just in case. Goodness, my hair is driving me nuts, just in case I end up getting sunburn again this year, because I feel like, you know what I'm like with my skin, like I do need to be really careful and just make sure that I am kind of like protecting as much as possible. So I picked up a couple of top ups of that. I always get things like this from Amazon, whether it's like aloe vera sprays, things like that. I feel like it's just so fab. I think also, I'm going to start with the boring stuff. Picked up this is actually the first facial SPF spray that I've ever tried. This is the Garnier Ombre Soleil Over Makeup Super UV, and I first discovered it I think about 2 years ago, and it was just the first like facial spray I'd ever discovered, and oh my goodness me, I just thought it was absolutely amazing. I thought it was such a fab like invention, because obviously when you're out in the sun you can't just do one SPF kind of like top up and then leave it for the rest of the day. Like you do need to keep on top of it, but when you're wearing makeup that's obviously really tricky. So I love this and I haven't used it for absolutely ages, so I thought I would pick up another one of that. It actually has hyaluronic acid in it as well, so it's not drying at all on the skin, which is what I really like about this. Like it's just a really nice easy spray over the top of makeup. And also if you have, I literally swear to God, I've got a partner who is like a child when it comes to SPF. He pulls that face. I saw a really funny reel the other day actually, and I was like, you either have one or two, like one where they're very good, you're applying their sun cream and they're just like sitting there waiting, or I've got the wriggler, the whiner, like he's literally like, no stop, no I don't want it, and I'm like, for goodness sake. So this is actually really handy if you have a partner or kids. Is probably more likely that's like that, because you can literally just tell them to stand still, close your eyes, close your mouth for 2 minutes, well not even 2 minutes, 2 seconds, and spray this over the top. So I picked up that. Then speaking of hair, I got a top up of these. Now I have actually had such an itchy scalp recently. Oh my goodness, I've just realized why my hair's probably gone really flat today. It's because I was getting really itchy with my scalp the other day. If you don't know, I actually have psoriasis on my scalp and I do have to be quite careful. And with the amount of swimming that I've been doing recently, like I don't really like to get my head under the water. I'm that person that just very politely kind of just swims doing breaststroke, but not everyone in the pool is like that, and I always find it's men. I swear to God, it's always men that, you know, they just do the biggest splashes. Like there was one guy literally the other day as we were swimming and we're literally just paddling along very nicely doing breaststroke, you know, not in anyone's way, and I swear to God, every time he would do the front crawl, the way he like sprayed his hand around, that he would literally like, instead of just doing that, he would literally go whoosh, and it meant the water would just like spray you. So I feel like because basically my head has been getting splashed with chlorine recently, it's really causing a lot of itchiness with my psoriasis. So last night I literally doused my head in my scalp oil. That's probably why my hair has gone so flat today, because it's not used to like being covered in product like that. So I covered my head in scalp oil yesterday and I decided to give myself a bit of a top up with the Head and Shoulders shampoo and conditioner that I do really like. I feel like Head and Shoulders is one of those brands that actually, it's quite like basic but like classic. It's classic for a reason, and what I really like is the one with argan oil. As someone who's got coloured hair, this is a really good one at making sure that I am looking after my scalp without like compromising on my hair health. So I sometimes come back to this whenever my hair has been like playing up and my scalp has been playing up and it's been getting really itchy. So I picked those up from Amazon as well. I then have already opened these, but I picked a couple of Elemis top-ups. Elemis is a brand that I just think is mad that they're on Amazon. There are so many amazing like beauty and skincare brands on there. So I picked up a top-up of the Pro Collagen Rose Mist. I'm going to spray this now because I just love this. So much. I've actually had loads of compliments on how this smells as well whenever I've given it to people, and it's great handbag size. So I picked up the top of that and the Pro Collagen cleansing balm, and they literally have like the entire range of LMS products on Amazon. Like you can pick up the marine creams, you can pick up the rose collection, you can pick up absolutely anything. So I might get a couple more top-ups because I do feel like I may need a top-up of my face cream at the moment. But I also picked up another brand that I feel like you are not going to believe is on Amazon. Is L'Occitane, which is a brand I did not know that was on there until I was kind of like just scrolling through and it came up with it as a recommended. So I picked up a top up of my favourite bath, bubble bath, and I haven't actually had a bath in quite a while, but I do love myself a bath, and I feel like sometimes in the summer months a cooler bath is actually really nice. So I picked up a top up of this. This is the Lavande lavender foaming bath, and I've obviously got the metal like container for it anyway. So this is just a top up, which is a lot more sustainable, so I really love that they have that. I then picked up a couple of other knocking everything over. I tried to line it up so to make it as easy as possible because I do hate it when I'm like faffing about in packaging with you guys. I picked up a top up of the Proactive Skincare Essential Water. This is basically a really good toner. Like it's a really lightweight, really not stripping toner, which is what I really like about this. And then I also picked up the Oil to Milk Facial Makeup Remover. This is just a really nice one if you've not been wearing like too much makeup that day and you just want like a nice cleanse. This is a great morning cleanser actually. I really like it for that. So another couple of top-ups. So a huge Amazon beauty order that I wasn't expecting to do, but as soon as I started scrolling I was like, oh, you know what, I could use a top-up of that, I could use a top-up of that. And I feel like Prime Day is just such a perfect time to look out for these things that you get regularly. You know, like my shampoos and stuff I literally buy monthly. My cleanser I go through very quickly, so to be able to shop these things at a discount, I will leave them all down below, and hopefully in the Prime Day deals there will be some amazing savings on these products. So we've got another grey day today. Unfortunately it's actually been raining a bit this morning, but I wanted to come outside because I wanted to give you a bit of a veg garden update because oh my goodness, I know I've been giving you lots of updates on this recently, but it's been a couple of weeks since the last update, and number one, look how many tomatoes we have. Honestly, I never expected them to do this well. Like I really wasn't sure how they were going to fare, especially because a few of you did say that it didn't look like there was a huge amount of space for them, but actually they have done excellently. We then have the most amazing spinach growing. Like I do find the more I cut the spinach down, the more it seems to grow back. We've got my spinach, my lettuce is doing really well. Onions still aren't quite ready. I'm not sure if they're going to get any bigger because they are literally still about this small. They don't seem to be getting any bigger, but the main thing I wanted to show you is the peppers. I don't know if you can tell, like if you kind of remember what it was like before, but these were tiny before. In the last couple of weeks, they have shot up. I think it's because we've had a bit more rain. Even though I am watering this every day, I don't know what it is, but they just seem in the last couple of weeks to have gone, okay, I'm ready, I'm coming for you. And look down here. We have peppers. Oh my goodness. I mean, look at this tiny little pepper. I am so excited. So these are sweet peppers. I'm really excited. As you can see, where these flowers are is where peppers will grow as well. So we have loads coming. I've got 1, 2, 3 down here. And on this plant, we have another one here. Look at this one. Oh, sorry. The leaf's in the way. Look at this one. Oh my goodness, I don't think I've ever been so excited about veg before in my entire life, but I need to do another veg harvest for my lunch because I'm going to make myself a tomato salad because we have such an abundance of little cherry tomatoes. We've got an abundance of spinach, and I think I may have some chicken in the fridge, so I'm going to do myself a little salad for lunch. I've honestly lost count of how many we have here. I also love how easily they come off. I've of course got my little basket here that I picked up at the Antiques Fair. It's been such a fab little find for when it comes to veg harvesting. But look at this. It's just so exciting being able to eat fruit and veg from my own kitchen garden. I definitely want to do more next year. I think I might buy myself another veg truck because it's just been so rewarding being able to come out. I mean, last night Alex actually made burgers and he literally said to me, can you go out and get a few lettuce leaves? And I do actually find with my lettuce, I made the mistake before of like fully cutting it. And apparently if you don't cut it too low, it will grow back. Maybe I cut it too low because it's not growing back. But I'm actually finding the best thing to do is literally just come out day by day and just pick a couple of leaves for when we need it, rather than like chopping off the whole, what's the word, the whole ball, and then like sometimes it can go off in the fridge a little bit quicker. So I've literally just been coming out and collecting individual leaves, and particularly for my spinach as well, I just cut off individual leaves as well. Look at that harvest. Oh my goodness me, from this tiny little veg truck. I never expected to be able to eat this much from it. Look at those tomatoes. Oh, it excites me so much. Oh my goodness, it is quite a while later now, and I was not expecting these to arrive this morning, so I've already unboxed them, because when they arrived I was really confused what it was, because I was like, what have I ordered that this is this big? And I placed this Amazon order literally a week ago, and it said it would take up to a month to arrive, but they have arrived this morning, and I am so excited right now, because I feel like this is just going to complete the kind of like garden glow up for summer. And I have been looking for these for so long, and that is these stripe cushions. So for context, I really wanted some cushions to put on our little table and chairs that we've got, a little like bistro table, because the chairs that we've got, they are absolutely fine, but they're just not the comfiest. I always felt like they needed some like cushioning to kind of like boost you up, especially like me, I'm a little bit short, and I've been looking for some upright cushions, and they have been the hardest thing to find, because they either have cushions where it's like a full-on deck chair kind of vibe, or you can get them for, you know, more like sofa type things. So I really wanted to get ones for the chairs, and I finally found them, and I absolutely love these. As you know, we've got a bit of a green and white theme going on outside, and I have my green and white stripe cushions for the like Zara cushion covers for the sofa. It's such a shame that it's not a nice day today. I might go and put them out just anyway, because I really want to see what they're going to look like. So yeah, as soon as they arrived, I like started unboxing it. So I've got 4 here for the entire table, and I am so happy. So I'll leave these linked down below, because I also picked these up on Amazon. I feel like today has just been the biggest Amazon haul and unboxing I have ever done. But as I said, I wasn't expecting these to arrive. They weren't supposed to arrive for like another 2 weeks, so I'm so happy that we have them now, because obviously we're going to be doing lots more hosting over the summer months, and I just love it when the garden is looking absolutely spectacular. I am so sad that it's not a beautiful sunny day to show you this reveal. I feel like I've really changed with regards to my vlogging style. Back in the past, I definitely would have waited till a sunny day and showed you it when it was like nicer weather and like really sunny, but now I'm just like, it is what it is. We've not got great weather today, so hopefully you'll be able to see it on another day when we are sitting outside and enjoying the sunshine. But I'm going to show you anyway, because I'm so happy with how it is looking. Oh my goodness, how amazing does that look? I am so happy right now. So they literally just sit on the fold up chairs, and they're gonna fit in our cushion box. Like, they're really small as well. And one thing I really like that they have actually is this like strap on the back, so they kind of like don't flop about, like they stay, and you can kind of tighten it as much as you want if it's like a really windy day and you're worried about them blowing away or anything like that. They are obviously outdoor cushions as well, so they are waterproof, but of course we're not going to leave them out whenever it is raining. But I feel like it just makes such a difference to this kind of area. Like, it really just elevates it, and I cannot wait to style up the rest of the garden furniture so that you can see how it looks all together, because I think it's just going to look absolutely amazing. You might be able to see as well, actually, I've had a little bit of a garden switch up. I need to do a bit of pruning with my olive tree. I know that now is the time to prune it, and it is sprouting at the moment, but after our visit to Chewton Glen the other day, I really liked how the olive tree looked, so I've put that there because I feel like the height really adds to it. I also need to straighten her. She needs a little bit of work at the moment. I feel like the hydrangeas, they are doing absolutely fab. The eucalyptus looks great, but the olive tree, goodness me, someone's dog is having fun around in one of the neighbours' gardens. But yeah, I just wanted to show you, because despite the fact that it's not a beautiful sunny day, the rest of the garden isn't styled, and I've not got the rest of the furniture out, I am so happy with how these are looking. I have actually been having the most chilled afternoon. I feel like I've been really making the most of the fact that we've not been having nice weather over the last couple of days. Like, I know I spoke about this a lot, and a lot of you guys, particularly in the kind of like northern European area, said that you completely get it in that sun guilt. And I think it is just because we don't get the sun as much as places in like America, or I don't know, like other parts of the world that get like a lot of sun, and they're really used to having like lovely sunny days. And I feel like because I've been experiencing so much sun guilt recently, I've been like spending so much time outside, and actually it's been really lovely spending the last couple of days just being at home, being indoors, doing what I love, and catching up on tasks that I said yesterday that are like really get neglected when the weather hasn't been as nice. And I decided to spend this afternoon going through one of my favorites. This is a book that I got for Christmas, and it has really helped me getting into my gardening, particularly my flower gardening. I feel like with regards to like my veg truck and stuff, that's been quite just like self-taught. I've just been going with the flow, and like I've not really put too much pressure on myself or anything like that. But with flowers and things like that, I don't know why, but I just feel a bit more pressure, and I've been really loving this book. This is actually available on Amazon as well. This is a really great one to pick up. It's a really lovely hardback, so it's perfect as like a coffee table book as well. It's a great one just to like pick up and have a bit of a sift through. And one thing that I love that she does is she gives you like tasks and things to do in kind of like each season, and she even kind of like does these breakdowns of different flowers. So this is peonies, which I absolutely love. So it's a herbaceous perennial, best grown in the ground, vase life 7 to 9 days. I'm not gonna lie, her vase lives though, I just feel like they're a bit of a lie. Like I never managed to get my flowers, my peonies to last 9 days. But yeah, it's just so lovely to be able to like have a flick through this beautiful imagery. This is the book that persuaded me to get the foxgloves and to also get the snapdragons. They're flowers that I didn't really like know about before, and had never really kind of like delved into, but I have been loving them. The only thing is I feel like because my garden's not as big, this book, it's by Millie Proust. She is like a particular like flower farmer, I think they're called, and she like creates bouquets, I think, like as part of her business. So she's obviously all about cutting the flowers down, particularly when they're looking their best. Whereas with the garden, other than my sweet peas, I don't want to cut too much down. Like I have been cutting my dahlias. I actually found out from my neighbour that pretty much all flowers are cut and come again, and I didn't realize that that was a thing. Like she even said to me that I could cut my foxgloves if I wanted to, and they might have a resurgence of flower in like late August, early September, but they're just so pretty. I'm like, I don't really want to. I feel like this year I just want to enjoy them where they are. But my neighbour is actually so knowledgeable when it comes to gardening. She's the one that got me into sweet peas, because last year she would literally over the fence, stick her head over the fence and hand me so many gorgeous bunches of sweet peas, and the scent is what made me fall in love with them. So that's why I started growing them this year. But yeah, I've been really enjoying just having a little bit of a flick through and seeing if there's any more kind of like gardening jobs that I need to do for July, and for kind of like, I think this is midsummer we're in now in terms of her like classifications. But yeah, it's just been really lovely to have a bit of a flick through. I think I might do a bit of flower maintenance this evening as well, because some of my vases could probably do with a bit of a refresh and top up. It's just been a lovely afternoon, loveliest afternoon, just sitting in my little Ellie nook in the corner here and enjoying the fact that I don't want to be outside right now. Like I just want to be in my home, soaking up my surroundings and just having a lovely little slow afternoon reading through my flower book. So I'll leave this link down below as well if you do want to pick it up. It's a great one, and so easy to be able to shop on Amazon. And I do feel like this has basically just been the biggest like what to buy this Amazon Prime Day video, but it is such an amazing time to like make those savings, be able to make the most of the discounts and pick up those things that like either you shop regularly to be able to get them at a discount, or things that you've been wanting to pick up for a really long time, like the air conditioning unit, garden furniture. Like I do feel like when it comes to garden stuff, Amazon is such a great place to look for. Like they've got a really similar sofa to the one that we've got, a garden sofa, which I'll leave linked down below. They've got like swingy chairs. You can buy loads of like pots and vases and things like that. So it's a really great place to look. And of course I will leave my new cushions linked down below as well. So I think I'm gonna leave this vlog here because I'm just feeling really zen this evening. I think I just want to spend the rest of the evening kind of like sitting in this feeling. It's really lovely. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. Make sure to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and if you got to the end of this video, leave me the word flower down below in your comment, or leave your favorite flower emoji, because I always love knowing who gets to the end of my videos. And I will see you guys in my next one. Love you lots. Bye.